All right, greetings, oboists. How are you all doing today? Are you excited? We have been working with our reeds and our embouchures, and now today we get to put together the oboe. As you see, my case is probably a little different than yours. I actually have two top joints here in addition to the bell and then the middle lower joint actually of the oboe. So you will not have two top joints, you will just have one. But as you can see, this is what the oboe should look like in the case. Just kind of ignore this top part right here. And what we're going to do first for assembling the oboe is you're going to take the bell out of the case. So like I said, this is called the bell. And next you will take the lower joint. And your low joint might have what we call a tenon cap on it, so be sure to take that off. And you're going to take the oboe and the lower joint, and you'll notice you might not have the extra keys on your bell. Your bell may have no keys at all. But if you do, it is very important to line up these two keys before you push the oboe together. And I put my finger right here. The idea is really not to grab and put pressure on the oboe keys, but I put my finger right at the top here and then hand at the bottom, and I just push it together. Now you may want to use a little bit of cork grease if you find that the oboe is sticking a little bit when you're trying to put it together. It might be a little too tough. So use just a little bit of cork grease, put it on your fingertips, and then you're going to just put your fingertip, touch the cork part. And a little goes a long way here. So we're not trying to put on the cork grease like chapstick on the cork. Just a little bit, enough to help make it easier to put together. And then the next part that we have is going to be our top joint. As you can see here. So we have our bell and our bottom joint together. Top joint, we have to be very careful. If you see, we have a very special key here, the special key here on the side. Now again, my oboe has probably more keys than your beginning oboe, but these two keys are on every oboe, and they are very, very important. They can get bent very easily, so we need to make sure that they don't. And as you can see, they line up with this key right here, and then I'll flip that around, and this key. So we need to make sure we line them up first. As you can see, they're not lined up, but there they are, lined up just as we need. So lined up here and here. Now we can go ahead and do the same thing, hand on the very bottom of the bell, not grabbing, squeezing any of the keys here, and we're gonna push the oboe together. And ta-da! You have your oboe. The remaining part that we have to do is put on our mouthpiece or our reed. So the mouthpiece goes in the very top part here and just slides in as so, and it needs to go in all the way so that if you push down, you can't push down anymore. We don't want any space between the reed and the reed well that's in here that you can't see. So that's how we put together the oboe.